Hello, everyone. It's Brittany here, Head of Marketing at SubQuery. Welcome back for another community call. We're in November already. I think I might have been hosting all of 2025's community calls. So this is 11 out of 12. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy that the year's almost over. I'm just going to let some people flow in. It's been a big month at SubQuery. It's been a big week. So I'm going to recap what's been happening, and then I'm going to open the floor up. If people have questions, I'm here to answer. We're always here to talk, to listen to you guys. We're always available. So I make sure to regularly show up for you guys on these community calls, give you an in-person update on everything, answer whatever questions I can. If I can't answer the questions, I will get someone from the team to answer them, and make sure you guys get the support that you needed. So we will continue showing up no matter what, and hopefully you guys do as well. All right. There's some pretty important things that I know people are going to want to be here for. So I'm putting those kind of a few minutes into the call just to make sure we get everyone that wants to jump in, jumping in. So first things first is a big milestone for us, which is the 300 supported network. So we did a lot of celebrations around this. We had a Zeely sprint to celebrate. Thank you to everyone who got super involved there. We had 4 awesome winners of that Zeely sprint. We made a bunch of noise all over Twitter, which I think is going to be on our next slide. And we posted a lot of updates, a lot of celebrations. I know I've been mentioning in the last few calls, I think we were at like 295 for a while and kind of hovering really close to that 300 mark. And I was saying, it's just not a big focus for us to now add networks for the sake of adding networks. We are already the largest indexer on the market, or one of. I think we are the largest in terms of chain support. So we don't need to just add networks that don't actually have developers building in them. We want networks that have developers and have growth. So I think I cover it in a couple slides time, but those last networks that we added, we made sure they were networks that have developers there that need indexes, need tools like us. We're going where the builders are. There's no point kind of jumping into ecosystems that no one's there and no one needs SubQuery. So with that said, we want to support as many developers as we can. So here we go. We made a bunch of noise about it on Twitter, and we had a bunch of our lovely partners congratulating us on that milestone as well. So we have our Uniswap, Cello, Polkadot, Taiko, Noodle, Astar, Bifrost, Frequency, amongst others. So yeah, it was an awesome week for us. And we celebrated with lots of teams. We had 2 really cool Twitter spaces. Should have put a slide on this, actually. We had 2 awesome Twitter spaces. I think we had 5 guests join us on the first one, 4 guests on the second one. Awesome conversations and just awesome teams that we had on those calls. Like, how often do you get these massive network teams coming together to speak on one platform? I really enjoyed the conversations, and they were really cool spaces, and they're still there available, recorded. So definitely go and have a listen. If you haven't already, just go on to our Twitter and you'll be able to find those. So the last 2 chains that we added support for were Hyperliquid and Monad. Like I said, we wanted to add support in ecosystems who need SubQuery and who have a lot of growth and are keen for those tools. We're connected with both the Hyperliquid and Monad teams, super helpful teams, helped us get that support up and running and strong. And we also added a support for, I think it was Inc., which is Kraken's network, and can't remember the other couple we did, but Monad and Hyperliquid were like our 299th and 300th. So really excited to be there and want to do more work with those 2 ecosystems and really establish ourselves in there. Okay, coming to the hot topic that's on everyone's mind. Like I say, we're always going to show up and talk to you, whether it's face-to-face, so to speak, or through message. You can reach out to us on our channels. You can send us DMs. You can definitely send me a DM and I will reply to you. Bear in mind, constructive DMs with ideas and suggestions and things are much better received than non-constructive ones, let's just say. So unfortunately, we did receive information from Bybit that they're going to be delisting SQT. I want to make it very clear that we strongly disagree with this decision. We were routinely meeting the requirements of Bybit. Consistently meeting the trading requirements. And generally, if there is any issues, Bybit or exchanges will give you some notification. You can make some changes or you have a chance to kind of act on that. We didn't get that. Bybit had just said they've made a decision, along with a lot of other tokens that were impacted at the same time. So we do strongly disagree with that. There was no issues with the way we were trading on SQT. You can get delisted for issues, legal reasons, bad actors, things like that. We didn't have any of that. It was simply a decision made by Bybit to do with the SQT performance token, I guess trading requirements that maybe they cracked down on. I don't know. We worked closely with the Bybit team for a long time, so it was a real shame to hear that news from them, and something we just don't agree with or fully understand at the moment. But we are feeling positive. This is an opportunity for new listings, something we've been talking about for a long time anyway, and that opportunity is here. So we are talking to some new centralized exchanges. Love to hear you guys in the chat now or on our community channels saying which ones you most want to see. I can't really speak on it. I can't confirm or deny. I've explained it before, but with exchange listings, you generally get about 24 hours or 48 hours notice from the exchange that your token's going to be listed. That's to prevent any too much discussion or insider trading, I guess. If we have 2 weeks notice, who might we tell in that time? And obviously it can impact the token price heavily. So there's a reason that you get very limited notice on those exchange listings, but we're in the discussions and as always, keen for your guys' input on the ones you'd most want to see. And then just watch the space. If you ask questions on here, go for it, but I may be limited in what I can say. And another opportunity and something we've talked about for a little bit as well is tokenomics 2.0. So this, I guess, kind of kicked us into hyperdrive, but it was something we were already discussing anyway, something we feel pretty confident about that we think is positive, and we think you guys are going to think it is positive. It is a decentralized network. Yes, let me go to the next slide. All right. So it's a decentralized network. That means you guys have a say. There will be a forum post. We will ask for community feedback. But as I say, the thing we feel confident on and we think you guys will agree with is making SQT non-inflationary. So moving towards a non-inflationary model and open to your suggestions on other changes. We may post some other pieces in that tokenomics 2.0 in the forum post. So keep an eye out for the forum post. I will try and quickly link our forum now, but when it's posted, we will be sharing it everywhere. Bear with me. Okay, I'm not finding it fast enough and I don't want to delay, but if anyone has the forum link there, please share it in the channel. And otherwise, once it's posted, we will definitely share it around everywhere. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your input. It's not going to be a post that this decision is finalized. It's going to be, this is what we're thinking. What do you guys think? We always value your input. particularly if it makes sense, it could absolutely be something that we incorporate. So the Tokenomics 2.0 is a reflection of our dedication to maintaining a stable and fair ecosystem for all participants. That's always been a goal of ours and will continue to be a goal of ours. So we're excited about the Tokenomics 2.0. We think the time is right. And thank you, Van, for sharing the forum link. It's there in the chat now, guys. And yeah, we will share more info about that, but we're very keen to hear your input as well, either on this discussion right now or in the channel. So let's talk about it. Let's talk constructively, and let's, contribute to what the future of SQT is going to look like, because it's actually a really exciting time right now. Next, just a quick reminder about our 100 million SQT prize pool that we have as part of the Consumer Rewards Program. That's a 12-month program. We're probably about halfway through now, about 6 months in. So there's another 6 months left of that. It means that teams using the SubQuery network as their main data API, so hosting their indexes on the SubQuery network, should virtually cover costs, if not make SQT on top of their costs. So the rewards are very substantial there. Costs are absolutely minimal. So if you know of teams that are struggling with their infrastructure costs, which is just about everyone, let them know about this program. If they're having any issues onboarding to the SubQuery network, or they have subgraphs and they think that's not possible for them, well, they can host subgraphs on the SubQuery network. They don't even need to migrate them. They're eligible for rewards that way as well. And the team is here. Customer support is something we pride ourselves on and always will. So you can reach out to us. They can reach out to us on our channels. I can set up direct Telegram channels with them so they have more direct access to us. And let's help onboard some more people to the SubQuery network so they can really minimize their infrastructure costs and not compromise on decentralization and reliability. Next, we have our SubQuery Customer Spotlight campaign. So a lot of the time we get people asking, or who's using SubQuery, or how are they using it? Like, what are the use cases? And it's always a bit funny answering that because the use cases are so far and wide. We have customers from all different verticals. We have NFT gaming projects. We're talking to a team right now that are working on this really cool fashion project. DeFi, obviously you need data. You need to present data in DeFi and wallets. So those are the kind of the more obvious ones. And then we have actual network teams like Dimension, Moonbeam, Excavate, Agoric, Japan Open Chain. They're building networks and they need access to data as well, whether they're presenting it on their UI or they're using it for internal purposes to look at the data on their chain. There's so many different use cases, but this Customer Spotlight campaign is part of us presenting, look at all these users using us and see how they're using us. Get inspired. If you didn't realize that you could use an indexer to make your project so much better and the UI UX experience for your users so much better, maybe seeing these customers and how they're using it will kind of be a light bulb moment for you. So what it actually looks like, we use this graphic because these are all the teams we've decided to spotlight this time around in this campaign. And we are kind of doing weekly tweets with a bunch of these teams. So we've had 2 go out already. Another one's going to go out tomorrow. And it just gives a quick overview on what this team is doing and how they're using SubQuery. So you don't have to dive into long reading. This is just like a high-level summary of these teams and how they're using SubQuery. And we're kind of trying to group them together. So Omni-Chain Builders went out last week, I think. So those are builders building across different chains using SubQuery, maybe multi-chain indexing project. First week, we had next generation dApp developers grouped into one group. And tomorrow, I believe it's our network teams. So we just group them in a way that makes sense, but all of them are using them for kind of their own different quirky use cases. And it's really interesting to read about. So make sure you're following us on X to keep up with the Spotlight tweets. You can scan the QR code right there. And I will also share our Twitter profile in the chat here. So make sure you're following us to keep up with that. Vibe coding. So this is a really hot topic right now. I think I covered it a little bit in our last call, but I just want to reiterate because we're releasing more videos about this. We have Scott, who's our principal SDK developer. He is everything vibe coding should be. He's just chill vibe coding, and his demeanor is so chill and relaxed. Beautiful Kiwi accent. You can just hang out with Scott while he cruises through vibe coding, building really cool things, building dApps using AI, building subquery indexes using AI, migrating subgraphs to subquery indexes using AI. It's easier than ever before to build or migrate an indexer. So most recently, Scott migrated a Uniswap subgraph, the V4 Uniswap subgraph, to a subquery indexer using AI, and then he compared the performance of the two. And what that was with zero optimizations, and he could have made a lot of tweaks to the subquery project, and we would have seen even more speed. But with no optimization, subquery was already almost 3 times faster. So a really cool comparison to see, actually. So scan the QR code there if you want to go watch the videos, that'll take you directly to the vibe coding playlist. Otherwise, I am sending the YouTube link for subquery in the channel right now as well. But go check those out. At the start of the videos, at least the last 2, we do like a little highlight clip of what happens. So if you don't want to spend an hour sitting back, relaxing, vibe coding, maybe vibe coding alongside Scott doing what he's doing, which is a cool thing to do, at least check out the start and kind of have a look at the highlight reel of what goes on in the video. Next, our 89th error. I saw something today saying you can delist tokens, but you can't delist progress. And I thought that was quite cool. So look, we're 89 errors deep in the subquery network. Errors are 1 week. So we're 89 weeks into the subquery network. We've been operating a long time. We have node operators all around the world working on indexing data. And we're going to keep going and we're going to keep growing. So if you are non-technical, make sure you're delegating your SQT, which basically means staking your SQT on the subquery network. The median APY for that is 12.5% right now, which is better than, I think, any interest rate you'll get from any bank. So you may as well just let your SQT sit there and receive rewards. And it goes higher and lower as well. It's been even higher than that as well. So make sure you're staking your SQT because it may as well be doing something for you. And finally, I think last slide, educational pieces. So I've touched on these. Web3 infrastructure doesn't have to be complicated. We're writing educational blog pieces. We're doing more and more about that world of AI and blockchain data and how they combine. We did a piece on vibe coding your blockchain indexes with AI. So it kind of walks you through vibe coding, what vibe coding is, what it's come to achieve, what you can do with AI in terms of building your indexes, and of course links you through to some of those videos that we've built as well. So that is all on our blog, and you can also find them posted to our Medium as well if you want to subscribe over there, but I've just linked the blog channel. And you can also scan the QR code right there to have a look. So Q&A, I've seen lots of messages going on in the Telegram channel. Firstly, Relax4294, longtime member of our Discord actually. I see that you're having issues. You're banned in the Discord right now. Send me a DM on Discord or even Telegram will be faster. It is getting late here in New Zealand, and I have to jump on to do something very quick straight after this. So if I don't reply to you today, I will tomorrow morning. We'll work out what's happened there. I'll speak to the moderators and we can get you back on. So don't panic. Send me a DM. All right. Questions. What integrations are coming up next? Let me think about how much I can reveal. There's 2 things that I'm really excited for that I can't talk too much about. But more information will come. Let's just talk chain support, because something that I want to touch on is we've just added support for Fuse Network. I haven't actually seen too much about Fuse. You guys might be able to tell me how big Fuse is, but we've just added support for Fuse Network. And the reason is that the Graph network has actually deprecated for support for 4 networks. So off the top of my head, it's Lens, Fuse Network, Mode, and Blast Layer 2. So we already supported 3 out of 4 of those. We didn't support Fuse Network, so we added support for Fuse Network so that we can say to the developers and builders over there that are being impacted by no longer having support on the Graph network, that they can come over to SubQuery, they can deploy their subgraphs as it is on our decentralized network. We can introduce them to one of our hosting partners and they can deploy subgraphs there, or they can migrate to SubQuery to, see some performance benefits that they'll get out of that, but they also don't have to. So that was a integration that we've just done yesterday. And yeah, there's a couple things that we'll at least start hinting at very soon. I've actually been talking about it for a while, one of the really big things, and my dev team keeps giving me optimistic timelines, and it takes longer than I expect every time. So I don't know, I get on here and I get excited and I want to tell you guys things, but I should really not give too much away. Okay. Lots of beautiful messages. So thank you so much, everyone in this channel. I love it. Someone said I can't withdraw to Bybit because I bought it at a high price. I'm not too sure what you mean, but you can, send it over to Gate. Just withdraw it to your wallet and wait for a while. Stake it on the SubQuery network, like I'm saying. Don't let it sit there in an exchange doing absolutely nothing. Go and stake it on your favorite node operator, which is really easy. We have guides on how to do it. So go and do that. But yeah, let me know if you actually have any technical issues. I can help with that and speak to the Bybit team and things like that. But I think what you need to do is go and stake it, or move it across to Gate, Mexi, Crypto.com. We're still on plenty of centralized exchanges. Well, this is an interesting message. Someone said, actually, I prefer SQT to be listed on Hyperliquid because it's a truly decentralized exchange. I am going to make a note of that and speak to Ian about it tomorrow. Because we haven't talked about it. So Ian is our CTO, for anyone that doesn't know, and I'll have a chat to him, see what he thinks of that. It was actually the last community call. I think someone said something about Hyperliquid, and I said I really want to add indexing support for them, and we went and did it like 2 days later. So I definitely get ideas from you guys in this chat. So it's a great forum for both you and me. Someone said, what exchanges? And I can't reveal anything if you missed it at the start. As I mentioned, we're in discussions. We don't even get notified until 24 or 48 hours before it gets listed. So physically, we don't know things. It's such a quick turnaround, but we are in chats, and we are in a time right now where we want to know what you guys want to see the most, what exchanges you want to see it on the most. So let me know here or on our community channels. Yeah, people are saying, how can I get my money from Bybit? So you can just withdraw from Bybit. You can withdraw it to your wallet. You can move it over to another exchange, or better yet, stake it on the SubQuery network and receive rewards. People asking about tokenomics 2.0. I think I would have answered that now. These are our early messages, so just seeing if there's any questions I didn't answer. Okay. Someone said, are we listing on Kraken? So I'm going to take it that we have a Kraken preference over here. Send through your messages on the channels of what, maybe I'll do a poll at some point of what exchanges you most want to see, because I am curious where the desire is right now. Someone said, when tokenomics 2.0? there's a bit of discussion going on about that. But I think we'll post the forum post for your feedback fairly soon, within the next few weeks. That's my hunch. That's not Bible, so don't quote me on it. But I don't think it'll be a long draw out. We want to do this, and we want to hear your feedback. So watch this space. Someone said getting us on Aster would be really good as well. I'm going to add that to my note, literally live adding it. Sorry about that, guys. For my discussion with Ian. Hyperliquid, Aster. Let's see. We're connected with the Hyperliquid team, so we can speak directly to them about it as well. Aster, we're not actually connected with just yet. So if anyone has connection, let me know. But otherwise, I'm sure we can get in contact with them. And yeah, I'll try and also come back to you on any reason why that isn't something we would go ahead with right now, or if it is. But yeah, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Someone said Binance. Hee hee. That's so cute. I love it. Yes. Thank you. Good guy. You're such a good guy. So true. SubQuery network, we have both a decentralized network option and we have hosting services. So OnFinality is an amazing team that can do that. There's a couple of others as well, like Traci. Black Ops, I think, does it as well. But yeah, OnFinality is a really strong team that does centralized enterprise premium level hosting services if you're used to that. We have that as well. And of course, you can host locally where there's no charge. SubQuery is open source at the end of the day. Okay, that's all our questions today. So if anyone thinks of any questions, ping me, Discord, Telegram. You can DM me, but highly recommend posting in the shared channels, get other people's feedback. Other people have answers. A lot of people have been there for years and will be able to answer you just as quick or faster. I'm also based in New Zealand, which is a really weird time situation for a lot of people. So better to post on the channels for faster responses. And yeah, send questions through. Like I say, it's late in the evening here. After this, I'm jumping to do something quickly. And so if I don't reply to you tonight, I will tomorrow, whether it's Discord, Telegram, just reach out. We are here to talk as always. We're not going anywhere. Yeah, new opportunities. So connect with us everywhere you can if you're not already. And I will see you next month for the last community call of the year. And there may not be one around January 1st, 2nd, everyone's hopefully celebrating and on holiday. We'll see, but definitely one December, so 1 month's time. And hopefully we have some really cool updates then. But I can't. Got to stop promising you guys things. But yeah, good things coming, and talk to you soon. Bye.